Go ahead, hurry up if you want to do your thing.
Calvin Castine at the, I don't know, is this a great Adirondack quilt show, I believe? I guess we're going to find out. Yes, we're running here. Let's go on through. My goodness, this is hometown cable. Judy Castine is with me to run the camera. We're here to take in this quilt show. Not an annual event, but it happens every few years, maybe semi-annually or something along that. We'll find out more as this goes. We're going to eavesdrop with Jack LeDuc here. He's from Mountain Lake PBS. He's here today. And we're going to eavesdrop with him, let him ask the questions. If he doesn't ask everything we want to find out, I'll step right in there and ask questions later.
Did they bring them?
All right, so we're going to...
I brought mine. They said they were there.
Okay, this is Nikki Gimmel, former Rouse's Pointer. We're going to listen as...
We went to Pearl River.
Went to Pearl River. Oh,
Yeah.
we're on the Wyeth.
Yeah, and then when he moved back, we went to Shazy.
That's my mic.
Oh, that's yours. Okay.
Don't
Yep.
take my mic.
Okay.
Also, you're ready?
I'm going. You go ahead, Jack.
Could you give me your name, spelling, and title?
Okay, Nikki, N-I-K-I, Gemmel, G-E-M-M-I-L-L, and I'm co-chair of the 2013 show.
Okay. Well, Nikki, just how would you describe what's taking place here today? How would you describe what's taking place here?
Well,
today?
we have about 280 quilts made by the members of the Champlain Valley Quilters Guild, and we have a show every other year. And this is the first time in this venue, so there was a lot of extra work involved in planning the layout of this show. And we started yesterday at noon, and it was a big empty space, and people had to put up racks and hang muslins for the smaller quilts and hang all the quilts. We were working last night till 8 o'clock, and it was a magical transformation.
Okay. Well, and just who's got stuff here? What's taking place? What are the
Along with the display of all the quilts, we have 8 vendors. They're owners of quilt shops, and they've brought fabric, and some of them have sewing machines so people can do shopping. And we have a raffle quilt that was made by some members of the Champlain Valley Quilters Guild, and it was awarded to literacy volunteers of Clinton County and to sell raffle tickets, and they keep all the proceeds, minus the expense of making the quilt, but they get all the money. And our guild members have been selling raffle tickets throughout the year, and members of literacy volunteers have been selling tickets as well.
Now, it's a quilt show. Why do the people bring quilts in here?
It's like an art show. It's to display their work, and so people can come and look at them. They're works of art.
Why are they works of art? Why are you calling them a work of art?
Because you.
Are you a quilter?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
I think Jean is probably the better person to talk to. I'm getting. Well, you have to choose your fabric, choose your colors, decide how you're going to put everything together, and it's just. I don't know. I think maybe you better talk to Jean.
Okay.
I'm getting nervous here.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, that was Nikki Gimmel, and we're going to chat with her too. We won't be as mean on her as Jack is when we talk to her.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
And you thought you were all done.
I did. No. I'm not.
Here's the other co-chair, and she's not comfortable. What's your name?
My name's Jean Welch. Jean.
Jack wants to hear it too.
Yeah.
You ready, Jack?
No.
Jack's not as fast as he used to be. I remember him in his prime. He was really something to behold.
Okay. Okay, Jean, yeah, stand right about that. Give me your name and spelling and title.
My name is Jean Welch, Jeanwelch, and I am co-chair of the Piecing the Adirondack Coast Quilt Show.
Okay, just what's taking place here today, Jean?
Well, what is taking place is ladies from all over the area and some gentlemen are coming in to see the quilts that we have made throughout 2 years, members of the Champlain Valley Quilters Guild. And there are 282 quilts in the show. small pieces, large pieces, medium pieces, and even some articles of clothing. And some are for sale, but most are not, because quilters don't often part with anything, including fabric or equipment.
Well, why do you have a show, Jean?
Well, we have a show because making a quilt is a very involved process. It takes a lot of time, and it is a process from the heart in most cases. And during the 2 years prior to the show, our guild is very active. We offer a lot of classes that people take, and so a lot of the quilts are a result of classes that people have taken. So now it's their opportunity to share what we think is beautiful with the public.
You think they're beautiful. Nikki described them as probably some artwork.
They are artwork, and anytime that you combine elements of design together, whether it's line, color, lightness, darkness of fabrics, those are the principles of art. And so the art is carried through into fabric. It's getting now so, every art form is in transition. And more because of technology, because of different resources that we have to use, different threads, different ways of attaching fabrics. Now quilts are getting so there are a lot of embellishments that are used.
Like
so,
what?
Like sequins, buttons have been around forever, but they had never been on quilts. Glitter threads, threads that are very sparkly, can be used in a machine now that they never could before. So you'll find examples of all kinds of different embellishments as you walk through the show. What else?
And, why do you have a show?
Well, we have a show, as I said, to
First of all,
share.
let's back up just a little
Okay.
bit. You've expanded this show, and why do you have a show?
We have expanded the show to this location. We traditionally had been located at Bailey Avenue School, and we had gotten to the point that there were so many pieces to be used in the show that there wasn't space. So now we are up here. We have had an absolutely wonderful relationship, cooperative relationship with the staff here at Plattsburgh State and the field house specifically, and it's just really been fun.
Well, what does this do for the quilter to have a show like this?
I think for the quilter, what it provides us, obviously, we are a non-for-profit, so we need money to do things as anyone else does. What it provides for the quilter is a showcase of their work, and you just go around and you just feel so proud of what you have done, and when you see someone else enjoying your work as well, it just makes you really happy to continue to do it. So.
Now, quilting's got quite a history to it.
Oh, very, very long history. We are going to, for the first year, have a series of bed turnings in the back corner. And what that is are some of the guild members have historical quilts. I brought in one that was given to me that has been dated to 1800.
Late
So-
1800s or early?
Early 1800s. And other people have these, or other people, there's a quilt back there that a gentleman who helped us set up, his great-great-great-grandmother made. And there's quite a story that goes with that. She was, I don't know it exactly, but they will share it with you if you go back there. And she was actually traveling across in a covered wagon to the west. So, I mean, there are just so many fantastic stories. And, with everything else, the fibers in the quilts become damaged over the years. And it's pretty amazing to me when you think that something could have been made back in 1810 or thereabouts, and it still is surviving. That's a pretty good deal.
Now, you whip a show like this together pretty quick, almost overnight.
Sure. Yes.
How long?
Just in a day.
When do you start working on next year's show?
We have our wrap-up evaluation meeting October 22nd, so in 2 weeks. And at that time, there will be an evaluation of this show by the chair people. and they will hand back in their evaluation binders, comments, criticism for this show, and the chair for the two chairs, co-chairs for the next show have already been appointed. Yes, appointed would be the word. And I was going to try to catch her as she flew by for the next show. And the planning will begin for 2015. So it's a 2-year process.
And how long does it take the average quilter to produce one of the gems we see here?
Oh boy.
Roughly.
You have to realize we always have more than one project going at a time.
Tell me.
So it may take 2 years or 10 years. But if I would say that if one person is working on one specific project, depending on your obligations to your family and your home, it's going to be a month process. And that would be only for the top part of the quilt. Then you get into taking that, what is called the top, and then some kind of batting in between, because it's not a quilt if it doesn't have 3 layers. And then the backing, and then you have to hold those together. So you can either have hand quilting that you do, and I have never done hand quilting. It's one thing I have not learned to do, but I'd like to, in which you would actually stitch every stitch by hand, and there will be millions of them. Or you might take it to your 3 pieces to a long arm quilter. And there are some examples of long arm machines around here. And in that case, I do long arm quilting as well. There are several different methods of doing it. And, there's custom or...
These are utilitarian? To be used?
To be used?
Or are they for show?
Some are for show and some are to be used. To me, if I make a quilt, it's to be used. I don't care what it is.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I would like to thank you very much for coming, and I would like to invite you to walk around and take pictures. Everyone here has given permission for their pictures to be taken, so you are very free to do that. But I'd like to thank you all very much. Any support you can give us, we really appreciate.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to meet the next quilt show chair?
The what?
The next quilt show chair?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure, we're going to meet the next chair here.
Oh, God, here they are.
Okay, they're right there,
I don't
waiting
wanna meet these
in light.
You rolling?
I'm rolling.
Okay.
We're rolling.
Could you give me your name, spelling, and title?
My name is Velma Perrier. The spelling, VELMAPERYEA, and I'm co-chair of this quilt show.
For the 2016? 15.
I'm the chairman for the 2015 show.
Okay. Velma, do you see any? What do you plan for the next show for this? You have to go 2 years ahead.
Well, this has been quite an experience. It's the first time we've been in this wonderful building. I think it really has enhanced the show a great deal. We have a lot more room, and just the process of putting the whole show together. There's the differences we would do is just basically in the process of setting up. The girls that work here are absolutely fabulous. The co-quilters, I'll call them, and they just fall together. They're just...
Okay. And now what do you have to do? Contact the different quilters around the area to get them for next year?
We meet once a month for 10 months of the year, and during that process we get volunteers to chair all the different committees. From there we start planning our next show.
Excuse me, 1 second, I'll get rid of this. Hello.
Jack has a phone call, so we're going to take a break here.
Right inside.
Jack is on call 24 hours a day.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, do you have to contact the different quilters to get them to the show? How does that work, Velma?
Oh, there's no contacting. We're a large group of women, and word of mouth just seems to flow. We work together, and it just we have a wonderful person that does our public relations, and she does a fabulous job. And they just show up. It is such an easy group to work with.
Are you a quilter?
I am.
Why are you a quilter? And why are other people quilters?
Well, my specific reason for getting involved in quilting is I needed an outlet. I worked at a stressful job and I needed to just forget everything. So what I did was I started quilting, and then you get so involved in what you're doing, you forget everything else that's around you. So it's very peaceful, tranquil, and it's just a lot of fun.
Cal, anything?
No.
Anything else you'd like to add, Velma?
It's for future quilters. We have started a little junior group, and that's what's displayed behind you are children from 5 years old to 10 years old, and they are also part of our group. I'm going to call our whole guild a group, and we're introducing quilting for them. So this is something new we've introduced this year, and I forgot.
That's okay. That's good. You've explained it.
That's fine. Wonderful.
You've got a group of young kids that are starting in now.
I kind of bounced from that, but as I was talking about it, I just said, there's these kids that...
Okay, how foggy was it in Altona this morning?
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
It was foggy at 6 o'clock in the morning on my way to Plattsburgh for the honor flight, yeah.
What time? Oh,
that's
early.
Yes.
Yeah.
What time was that?
6:30 we had to be there for a 7 o'clock event, so.
I didn't have my brain on. I've just been dealing with the crowd.
Sure.
Okay, not that Jack LeDuc wasn't doing an excellent job getting all those ladies flustered. He's roaming around here somewhere now, and I'm on my own with Judy on the camera. And we ran into, there's Jack.
You're Jack?
I just left the airport where the honor flight took off, and I never ever say hello to Jack at the airport, because you never say hi, Jack, when you're at the airport.
Why?
Hi, Jack, at the airport.
It just went like this. No, I got it
Flew
right
over.
away.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Kay Kearns. Kern.
Kern.
No S.
No S.
No S.
Right.
On K or Kern, neither one.
Right. Thank you, Calvin.
And you are, what is it, Vice
I'm
VP?
VP and Program Chair. And I
Program
really,
Chair.
yes.
Did they forget the I in that VP, VIP, or is it just VP?
Both.
Okay.
Both. When you're from Shazy, it's both.
Okay.
But no, the quilt show has been going for many years, as you know. And I'm just so happy to be program chair because we have almost 180 members in our guild, which you probably already knew. But we bring in outside speakers. People think we quilt at our meetings, which we do not quilt at our meetings. We have business meetings, and then we have our programs. This last program was last week, and we had our junior quilters. Did anybody talk to you about our junior quilters?
Yes,
oh,
Donna
good.
mentioned it.
Good. I'm glad, because they were so excited, and we were excited to think that they were excited. They're only, I think, from 5 to 10 there, and there's 8 or 9 of them. But anyway, our guild does do a lot of community service. If anybody's interested in all of the things we do, I'm sure that you can call any one of us and we can bend your ear for at least an hour. We gave away almost 1,200 items last year. Not all quilts. We gave away some dialysis unit gets them for their kidney people. I'm trying to think and I'm stuttering. But we give away breast cancer patients like the pillows we have, and I don't know if that's... These are all in here, and I don't... Okay, yes.
Okay, Fitzpatrick Cancer Center, CVPH, Kidney Dialysis Center, Clinton County Nutrition Program, North Country Mission of Hope, Horace 9 Nursing Home, Meadowbrook Nursing Home, Clinton County Nursing Home, Camp DeCumta, PINS, which is the People in Needs of Service for Clinton County, Clinton County Foster Care, Disabled American Veterans, Hospice of the North Country, CVPH, Pediatric Unit, Stop Domestic Violence, Literacy Volunteers of Clinton County. So you donated items to these?
All of these people, yes.
these
They're
other
either
groups?
quilts or walker bags. For the pediatric units, we have stuffed toys. If anybody would like to donate toys, new, we make the quilts and give them to the children on pediatrics. And some of them actually go to the EMTs. I think Champlain has probably had some at some point. One of the things we just did recently, there was the fire at the college, and we donated, I don't know, it was 8 or 10 quilts to the people from the fire.
Some of the students on Couch Street, I believe.
Right, it was Couch Street.
Displaced.
Yep. So if anybody knows of anybody that needs help, quilters are very, very giving people. And we're just so
When did that
appreciative.
happen? When did that start?
What? When we gave...
Quilters being
We've
given,
always.
been
We've
given.
always.
Okay.
Our mission is to, the mission's on the front
a
of there.
mission?
We have a mission.
Okay.
Yes, we do. And part of the mission is to educate people on quilting and obviously to help the community when we can. And the community has been absolutely phenomenal in return. People just keep giving us. All of our decorations were given by Cook and Gardner this year. We have, needless to say, we have to have storage space for all of these things, and we have
All
two
your display racks.
all the display racks. Tommy Wyan and his brother Chip have given us free storage. Defiance did for about 25 years until they went out of business, which was just this year. And
It had nothing to do with them giving you free storage.
no, they didn't go broke on us.
Okay.
And the people on Durand Road now give us storage as well. And that's one of the things we just really need somebody to come forward and say, this is yours for always. But that's tough because they're trying to make a living
Well,
too.
sure.
But we're just so grateful to anybody and any company that has come forward to help us. So
Okay.
we
Yes.
appreciate you being here.
And Judy, you
And
appreciate Judy?
Judy, of course we appreciate Judy.
Okay. Champlain Valley Quilters Guild of New York is the official title of your group. You have a website.
Yes, we do have a website, and our website is cvqgny.org.
Which stands for Champlain Valley Quilters Guild of New York. So.
And the reason we say New York is because the one in Vermont is of Vermont, and people get us confused.
They're also Champlain Valley?
Yes.
You're the western...
We're the western region, and they're the east. We went west, they went east. So I think
Okay, you have meetings?
we have meetings. Our meetings are the second Wednesday of every month, and we meet at Stafford Middle School. We do classes. I don't know if people know this. Anybody talk to you about classes?
Nobody told me.
Okay.
Anybody talk to you?
No? Okay. A lot of our guild members teach classes, and there's a schedule on our website of all the classes that are coming up, and you have to be a member of the guild to take the classes, and they're really professional teachers. We're very fortunate. Then when I bring in a guest speaker, they always do what we call a workshop, and they're well attended. Our classes range from $10 for a 3-hour class, $18 for a 6-hour class. And it's a good way to get to know the people in the guild, and we're just very fortunate to have teachers that, want to do it. So we do that, and then this is, of course, our big fundraiser. And what else? Oh, we've done the Christmas tree for ARC for the last several years, and those get auctioned off. Have you done the...
No.
No, you haven't done that? Okay. A lot of nonprofit organizations, or even profit ones, will decorate a tree in November, and then they're auctioned off, and we take part in that as well. So we're busy, along with our own little quilting. And one of the other things, I don't know if anybody said to you, but with 180 members, you can't all meet and quilt together. So there are a lot of little quilting groups. I happen to belong to 2 of them. One is 3 Steeples, the Steeple Quilters, and the other one is the Lakeshore Scrappers. So, and there's ladies of the cut-up. There's ladies of the lake, and then there's the Monday night cut-ups, and I don't even know half of them, but they meet in small groups.
Little tribes.
Little tribes, right. But all the same mission. So
So is there a fee to become a member of the guild?
yes, there is. It's $20
Annual?
If you pay before September 1st, it's only $18.
Well, it's after September. Nice time to tell me.
Well, you
I'll
probably
wait
should
till
have.
next year.
You probably should have an honorary one. Last year we had a wonderful Christmas party. We even had Santa Claus come,
Was he dressed in a quilted garment, or was he red?
Nah, he was red. He was red.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was really fun. So, Judy's really good on that.
Oh, yeah. What's she doing? She's not even looking at us
I
anymore.
know she's tired of us.
I was hoping she'd get the quilts once in a while because I don't think we're going to be able to get them all here today. There's so many. Because I was introduced to, when my grandmother always made quilts, but as a show like this here, there was shows up in Ellenburg. One was the Silver Sisters every op 1 year, then the following year another group had I know the lady from the Turnpike there.
Monpaz,
yeah.
Marie Miller.
Yeah. Pam Demore and
Pam,
her daughter,
right.
and they were all involved in that.
Right.
But I haven't heard from them in a few years, so Joe Gordy and I did the one 2 years ago, and so
Right.
it's nice these shows are going on.
Yes, it is, and it introduces. We usually garnish at least 20 new members, and that's
Out of this?
out of this, right?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine there's attrition. Not all of your members are as young as you. There's probably some older members.
We're all old. No, we're
Probably
not.
some older members, and you just by osmosis, we'll call it, you lose.
We lose
people.
right?
And we need to get that new young blood. And do you have to be a quilter to join your?
Absolutely not. In fact, we like you if you're not, and then we can teach you all the things you need to know. But we take anybody that has an interest in.
And you do have some men, right?
Yes, we do. We have 2 men members.
2.
I believe. And we're open for more, Calvin.
What a place to find chicks, guys. What a place.
There's Margaret. Yes, it
What
is.
a place to meet the
And
women,
there are a few that probably, right.
So all you lonely guys out there, McKay's not available, but don't get too excited. But there are other ladies that might be
available. You got it.
Okay,
Yes.
So you
yes.
should put that in your brochure.
Yeah, right. We make a match service here. The only thing is, any men that belong to women in this group, they have to help.
Oh, well, this is a lot of work. Judy can show those racks again. I assume you store them just as they are.
No,
you got to take
they
them
all
apart?
come apart.
You got to take those wing nuts there and take them apart.
Take them apart, and they had a nut and bolt party not too long ago to make sure we had all the nuts and the bolts in the right places.
Tighten them up. And
Right, and they're all measured, they're all numbered. It's a real production when we start this. Yesterday when we came in, there was nothing here.
Nothing
just
here.
the floor.
How many people did you have working here yesterday? Must have been
Oh
a
my
slew.
goodness, there must have been 50. And everybody has an assignment. We have what we call rack pickup, rack delivery, rack setup, muslin, which is the things behind. Then we have quilt drop off, and then we have quilt hanging. And tomorrow you're going to see takedown, which by tomorrow night some of us are a little
Well,
testy.
I can imagine, yeah.
But everybody works together. It's
Putting it up is fun. Taking it
to
down is
is
work.
right. It is, but it's fun. Everybody gets to talk and have a good time, but it's well organized. The college was very impressed with how well organized this group was because, and everything is just written down. We have schedules. We have, thanks to Jean Welsh, who is our chair this year. She is just extremely organized.
She's co-chair.
Co-chair, because
Yes,
Nikki,
we
you met Nikki Gimmel, who is
That's right.
co-chair, right? And our next show is going to be Velma.
I saw that.
Yes.
All by herself.
No.
No, she has a co-chair?
Patty Gagne has
Okay.
the second co-chair.
Okay.
So
and you're only using half the gym there,
Right.
so there's room for growth.
there's room for growth. We just need money to rent it.
You pay by the foot.
I don't know how they figure. I think it is. I really do.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
it is. Yeah. But
Not that other space is being utilized right now, but you got to have some kind of system if you're going to
right.
charge folks.
And Nikki's husband, I don't know if they told you, he was the one that did all the floor plans for how the racks went up, where they were, where each quilt went. So as they come in, they have a number on them. They have an initial and a number. And when they're getting ready to hang the quilt, they ask for whatever, D3. And they just go down the line. And
Wow, that's planning.
it really is. My
Because-
husband was very impressed.
You can't just show up here today or yesterday and say, all right, throw them, let's decide where they're going to go. And do they have kind of themes, or Somebody,
Okay, this,
obviously you don't see the quilts ahead of time.
yes you do.
Every one of these?
Every one of these is a picture on the registration
Oh
form.
my gosh.
Yeah, in the registration form is a one page.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this thing.
No, it's one page.
Oh, like our healthcare law. Yeah.
Right, our healthcare law, right. Lee asked me how we know where they go, and I said, well, and I showed him the information. And he said, well, you ladies are really organized. I said, yes, we are. And we're also on a clock. We were on a clock yesterday, so we have to have it, has to be planned, and you just can't throw it up. These are all the mystery quilts.
I see.
These are all the
This
mystery,
row right next to
these
us.
two rows, yeah.
That was so okay.
Yeah. And you have to be a member of the guild to put a quilt in.
Okay. And do you charge the members to put a quilt up?
No.
But if they want to, now do some have price tags, some are for
Yes,
sale?
some are for sale. Yes, they are.
I'm not sure. My paper down. Oh, I have the habit of doing this
You've
here.
done that?
So,
He's
what do you think?
I've known Calvin and his wife for a long time.
Okay.
From Harris Corporation.
That's right, many years ago.
Many years ago. Good old years ago.
Okay. Anything else, Kay, that you think, if you need somebody to be in charge of wing nuts,
You're available?
I'm available,
Good,
yeah.
good. We would like
you've got
you.
an extensive use of wing nuts here.
Yes, we
You got to
do.
keep inventory on those too. So
Yes, we do. Actually, they're all in little bags and they're all numbered. And
You don't want to get here and find out you're 10 wing nuts short.
We'll call you if we're 10 wing nuts short. We have our vendors. I assume you know we have, I think there's 7 or 8 vendors. People wait in line to be vendors here because this is a well-known show.
Yes.
It really is all over.
And there's a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic.
There's even 4 men here today. I noticed those plants. You hired 4 men to walk around.
Yes, yes. And they're picking up anything that doesn't belong where it's supposed to be.
So they change their jacket so it doesn't look like the same guy all the time.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
We learned that. We've had a lot of cooperation though from the community. Yesterday, this is the consignment shop, as Judy knows.
Yeah, I just
Right.
Just got the honor of buying a quilt.
And it's a beautiful quilt.
It is a beauty quilt. I couldn't believe the price on it.
We can't either. Yeah. Now some of these are going to be for sale too. You'll see a tag like that yellow tag on that one over there says it's for sale. So if there's another one in there you like,
Okay.
you can buy the second one or
Or
third.
third, oh yeah. We got 4 kids. They each like a quilt. I'm
They
sure.
would always like a quilt.
Yeah, who wouldn't like a quilt? Okay. For the people watching this, it's too late for this year, but in 2015, you'll be doing all this again. I just said Velma and who?
Patty Gagne.
Okay.
Patty Gagne.
Velma Perrier and Patty Gagne will be the chairs, the co-chairs. And get a hold, go to that website. It's CVQGNY, but that's Champlain Valley Quilters Guild of New York. And I imagine if you Googled the Champlain Valley Quilters in New York and there, you'd come up somewhere
Yes,
with
yeah.
it'd find you.
It would find you.
Yeah.
Right.
You have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do.
Wow.
Yes, we do. I forgot about that.
Well, yeah, you gotta,
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. Yes.
I bet
So-
there's at least 4 or 5 people watching this who are on Facebook.
I'll bet. Yeah. As they say in the North Country, yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah, betcha. Yes.
You're making fun of us?
No, I
You
love.
like you imports come here and make fun of us.
We've been here 40 years.
They're still an import.
We haven't shed blood here. That's when you're really accepted. The North Country is just a great place, though. I mean, if you've never lived anywhere else, I think people can't really understand how much
appreciate it.
we appreciate it because, you read what's going on in the outside world and it's like, oh, I'm so glad we're here.
Is your husband still a part of that hunting club there?
Yes,
What's
Camp
the-
Kettle.
Camp Kettle, yeah.
Camp Kettle, yes, he is.
So
Yes.
you'll be losing track of him for a few weekends here and there. probably?
Actually, he doesn't really hunt. They just go up and
He goes up
eat.
there and plays
and he
cards
cooks.
and-
He cooks and they eat and plays cards. Right.
But
right.
they shoot, he cooks.
Right. Exactly. No, they take stuff. Actually, they can't count on it. But no, it's a great place.
You
and
don't
we're
go up
just
there
in-
empty-handed.
No.
We'll have nothing to put in that kettle.
That's right. That's
Anything
right.
else, Kay, that
I can't think of anything.
you
This has
insisted
been really
on talking
nice.
to me, so I want to make sure I get everything that you said.
Well, how long have I known you all? I think you worked at Harris for a while.
Yes, I did.
And Judy, I know,
Judy's
did.
had a long
Did you
time.
work for Lee? No?
Yeah.
I
In
couldn't.
fact, see, 1975, Lee handed me a little slip says,
Oh, really?
"You're no longer." So because of that,
Because
that
of
same day, a guy named Rod Barlow he had a layoff, and it was about 7 or 8 of us. And a guy named Rod Barlow said, "Well, we're going down to the Bull Mart, and just people are going to gather, and we're going to." So I said, "Well, I'll go down." I was just going to go home, but so I went down, and he told me he was going to go start working for the Woodmen of the World. He told me all about it. I learned about that. Got involved with Woodmen of the World, and then this here started as a Woodmen of the World project.
Really?
Yeah. So
I never knew that.
so that's
You know, they always say when one door closes, you know, there's always something that opens.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not fun to have to go out and say, oh, Lordy. But we survive. We survive. And it's those that moan and groan that never survive. They don't know what to do. They don't, you know, they can't pick themselves up. And, you know, we went through it. It was tough.
On 87 when the
Yeah,
plant
when the
closed.
plant closed. And we chose not to leave the North Country. And many, many doors opened. Many doors. And it was never fun for my husband to have to hand out pink slips, as you know. It's never fun for
He was
anybody.
smiling when he handed me mine.
Did he? Well, he probably came home and cried. No, it's a very tough thing, but doors do open. They really do. And you get out there and you say, okay. And that's when I went to work.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
that's
good.
when I
Where'd
went
you
to
work?
work. Yep. Where'd I work?
yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I sold real estate, actually,
okay.
for Calkins Realty. Initially, well, by education, I'm a nurse. And then I was a professional volunteer. I did a lot of work for the Girl Scout Council. I traveled all over the actually all over the United States doing training for the Girl Scout Council. And then what did I do? We lived in England for a while, so that kept me busy over there. But when we came back, I started to sell real estate. And I did very well, of course. But I did, really did. And then I got to the point where I thought, oh, this is not good, because that's when they were starting those no verification loans. And I said, I'm out of here. So I retired, and now I get to be the part-time librarian in the Shazy Little Library.
Well, there you go.
So that keeps me busy. I'm also a lay minister for the church, so that's another thing that I've always wanted to do, so I've been able to do that.
That's at Three Steeples.
That's at Three Steeples. And we were very fortunate, 2, 3, 4 years ago, the Catholic Church in Champlain and the Methodist Church combined, we went over and helped them in their choir because they were having their anniversary, and it was fun. And we got to know the people over there, and we kind of became, kind of a sister church. So.
The Catholics aren't so bad, Once
Well,
you get
I went to a Catholic girls' school.
Oh, okay.
So, I had both sides of
I
it.
always wanted to go to a Catholic girls'
Did
school.
you? Yeah, right. Well, I did. Believe me, it wasn't much fun with the nuns.
I had nuns at St. Mary's. So
Yeah. St. Mary's was
I
a
still got
wonderful
the crooked
school.
Knuckles.
Well, that's, we won't get into that, but boy, I tell you, kids today just, they come in the library and all they want to do is sit on those computers. And I'll say to them, have you ever read a book? So we have a good time.
Yeah,
But
don't
you've
you
been
put a
to the
Kindle?
library, right?
Yes, I have.
It's a beautiful place.
Many
And
times.
you know what? We have our quilting workshops at the library.
Downstairs?
Down in the community room. They've been very, very good to us. And there's no charge because it's a community service that we're doing. So off we go.
Okay.
Yep. And the United Way is supporting us too, because we have classes at United Way. They don't charge us to have classes there. Government building, we have classes. They don't charge us. So people know what we do, finally. So they're very receptive when we ask.
You can look at all the organizations that you donate to, that you're more than just a bunch of needle pushers.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Anything else, Kate?
No, I've
All
taken
right.
up a lot of your time.
You certainly have. Okay. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
So at Kathy's.
This is a little view of a portion of the quilt show. There's just no way, they are so successful here today that there's just no way that we can look at each one of these quilts individually. Just an amazing amount of quilts. And everywhere you look, there's an explosion of color. And anybody who's ever had a quilter in the family, as I did with my grandmother who made quilts, you know that old-time quilts are very important. As something that, you know, you have kids with their security blankets and stuff. Well, don't be shy, ladies. Walk right through. They're just part of the scene here. If nobody was walking through, we'd have a real traffic jam here because there's a whole lot of folks. And every row of quilts is two-sided, so you got one beautiful quilt on one side, you go to the other aisle, and there's another beautiful quilt on the other side. Some of these, as we said, are for sale. So if you're watching this on the internet and you're approaching the odd year in the autumn, this is October 12th, so it would probably be in and around that time of the year. So 2015, 2017, future viewers on the internet, take note of this. Just go to their website, visit their Facebook page, Champlain Valley Quilters Guild of New York. And as the lady said at the onset, this is an art form. And Jack LeDuc understood what they were saying, but he wanted to get them to explain it. So he was trying to get them to explain why they considered it an art form. But it's quite easy to see why it is considered an art form, because it certainly is. We've made our way inside one of the aisles here, and just an idea of what we're looking at. I'm going to go through the program that we picked up here, and I'll point my camera in one direction, and I'll read a few names, and I'll move the camera over in another direction, so our view will change. The Quilt Show Committee, co-chairs are Jean Welch and Nikki Gimmel. Secretary is Linda Maltzkin, Regina Brusso. Treasurer is Donna Crowningshield. Advertising, Nancy Dupree, Kathy Garrett. Consignment, Lorene Fortrell. Decorations, Rebecca King, Brenda Rossette. Door prizes and favors, Linda Mitchell. Good news, I don't know what that is, but that's Regina Brusso. Hostesses, Velma Perrier. Latte Lotto is Vi Moish and Barbara Stednicki. Membership is Kathy Garrett. Memorial is Betty Ashline. Program was Sue Minnie. Publicity was Pat Flath, Bev Stelgus. Quilt return, I'm not sure what that committee is either. It's Kathy Russell. I saw her. We paid for a quilt that we bought from her. Look at that. The Press Republican is here. They sent the chief editor to take this in. This must be an important event here. It's to send the editor Shan Moore to cover this. So let's see, rack return. Well, that's right, getting these racks back here. I'll show you these racks. That's Judy Bonnell. Raffle quilt is Nikki Gimmel. Registration and setup, Tony Seguin. Show takedown, the chair is Joy Mazer. Signs, Diana Hull. Take-ins, Joanne Forkey. Vendors are Maggie Talford, Nancy Wild, and viewer's choice is Mary Beauharnois. I really wish it were practical to go through here and take a shot at each and every one of these quilts, but it just isn't feasible. There are hundreds and hundreds of them here, a variety of categories, and every color under the rainbow. So I invite you to give your eyes a treat. Next 2 years from now, plan on coming down and taking a look at this biannual quilt show. We're going to move our camera over here without having looked prior, just to see what's here. And it's a Champlain Valley Quilt Guild. If you're anywhere in and around the Champlain Valley of New York, feel free to give them a call, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to make you a member or to fill you in on their future shows. So that's going to wrap it up. Hometown Cable's look at the 2013 Champlain Valley Quilters Guild of New York Quilt Show. This is number 14, Piercing the Adirondack Coast, it's called. And it's running today and tomorrow. I may be able to get this on our website before the 13th. If so, there might be some of you watching that we'll be able to come down here in the year 2013. If not, look for it in future years. It's the odd number years, 2015, 17, 19, and so on. Meantime, thanks for watching, and for those of you who support viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. In fact, we got a couple of viewer patron contributions while we're here today, so that's always appreciated. Thanks for watching.